For the second year in a row, Bexar County Commissioners approve a 7.1% increase to their salaries. With a $10 million deal from the Hornets, Tony Parker leaves San Antonio with emotion, but no regrets.
For the first time in his career, Tony Parker will be suiting up in a different uniform when the 2018-19 NBA season starts.
And Dab Hemp Cafe brings good, green vibes to the 5 Points neighborhood.
This place is really unique. They specialize in baked goods, coffees, and a handful of other retail products made with substances derived from the cannabis plant.
I'm Chance Storlin with your Express Briefing for Wednesday, July 11th. Subscribe to this and other free content at expressnews.com/podcasts. And get each day's top news and sports headlines delivered to your inbox at expressnews.com/newsletters. Tuesday, Bexar County Commissioners approved a recommendation to raise their salaries by 7.1% for fiscal year 2019, in a move that matches the same salary increase they gave themselves for this year. To avoid perceived conflicts of interest from court members raising their own salaries, a special Citizens Advisory Committee recommended the 4 commissioners receive a 4% pay increase and 3% cost of living adjustment. The 5th member of the court, County Judge Nelson Wolf, would receive the cost of living adjustment under the committee's recommendation, but not the 4% salary increase. The raises become official when the court approves its fiscal year 2019 budget in September, taking effect October 1st. Currently, Judge Wolf makes almost $167,000 a year, and the 4 commissioners, Chico Rodriguez, Paul Elizondo, Kevin Wolf, and Tommy Calvert, each take in annual salaries of nearly $123,000, with all 5 also receiving a $9,000 auto allowance. The Special Citizens Advisory Committee's other recommendations, which were also approved, include raises between 3 and 7.1% for the district attorney, sheriff, tax assessor collector, probate court judges, justices of the peace, precinct constables, and the district and county clerks. Former Spurs star Tony Parker says while he didn't want to leave San Antonio, the Hornets just wanted him more, and that he believes the move is essential to reach his goal of completing 20 NBA seasons. Here's San Antonio Express News Spurs beat reporter Jabari Young with more.
Tony Parker, for the first time in 17 years, will be suiting up in a different uniform. He agrees to a 2-year, $10 million contract with the Charlotte Hornets, joining his very, very good friend and fellow Frenchman, Nick Batum, down in Charlotte, as well as former Spurs assistant and now head coach of the Charlotte Hornets, James Borrego, is down there as well. And 17 years went past so fast. I mean, you look at Tony Parker, 6-time All-Star, okay? NBA Finals MVP, hitting big shot after big shot, being an extension of Greg Popovich on the floor, professionalism on and off the floor. You can't say enough about the man. He's given nothing but excellence to the San Antonio Spurs, okay? I don't buy the whole argument about him chasing Kawhi Leonard out of town and that whole my injury was 100 times worse. I understand that Tony probably could have chose his words a little bit differently, but I don't think that that was that big of a case, okay? And if you listen to the whole entire comments, they were taken out of context, okay? So I'm not buying all of that. But at the end of the day, that's all said and done because Tony Parker will be in a different uniform, will not be in San Antonio. It is weird. It does feel weird right now that he won't be around, especially. And it's going to be really weird come media day when we're all looking around and guess what? Number 9 is not there, but he's in Charlotte talking to a different media group. Again, the man has delivered nothing but excellence, and all you can do is salute him. There's no, oh, you traded on us and you betrayed. No. Tony Parker at the end of the day gets to choose where he wants to go, and he wants to go to Charlotte to join his friends and a head coach that he's very, very familiar with, saying to ESPN, the undefeated Mark Spears, that it was just time to move on. And then maybe it's time for the Spurs to move on as well. You got a good group of young guys who you can start to now build around and instill that corporate knowledge into them the same way that the Spurs did with Tony Parker. But again, he will be missed. The saying goes that all good things come to an end. Well, this good thing officially has now come to an end. And to Tony Parker, you can do nothing at all, but salute and say thank you.
And if you hear the term Hemp Cafe and think Amsterdam, think again. San Antonio's Dab Hemp Cafe is more Whole Foods than Head Shop, and the only buzz you'll be catching comes from the caffeine.
I am Paul Stephen, the Just a Taste critic with the Express News Tasting. I had a chance to visit a new bakery over in the Five Points neighborhood called Dab Hemp Cafe. This is over at 105 Warren Street and was opened recently by husband and wife team Erica De La Rosa and Gabriel Garza. Now this place is really unique. They specialize in baked goods, coffees, and a handful of other retail products made with substances derived from the cannabis plant, but these do not contain the psychotropic THC, so this is perfectly legal in the state of Texas. Now, one of the things that I really loved about this, they do a hemp coffee. They've partnered with Puro Nitro, a coffee company here in town, and La Popular Bakery to do their baked goods. And the hemp coffee it's terrific. It's this really rich coffee that's mixed with vanilla hemp milk and some Mexican chocolate. Terrific, refreshing iced beverage. And out of the baked goods, they make, all the names are kind of cute, but my favorite were the hempanadas. And they had a sweet potato version that had a lot of those warm winter spices, that clove, cinnamon kind of thing, paired with the sweet potato and the crunchy kind of texture of the hemp seed. It was a really nice combination. So I was surprised. If folks, if it doesn't sound like your thing, please take my word on it. Don't knock it until you try it. Now for the rest of our reviews, visit mysa.com/food.
And that's your daily San Antonio Express News briefing for Wednesday, July 11th. Subscribe to this and other free content at expressnews.com/podcasts. I'm Chance Dorland.